Now, the Subway Final Word.
Welcome back. Next weekend is, of course, the Super Bowl, but it's also when the 2015 Pro Football Hall of Fame inductees will be announced. Our second topic tonight, will Jerome Bettis and/or Kevin Greene get the votes needed for the Hall of Fame? Those two, of course, former Steelers. Rob, you're up first.
I sure hope one of them's going in because I'm going to be out there and I need something to write about. But I think it's time for Jerome. I don't think he belongs in the conversations of greatest backs ever. But with what the Hall of Fame has become, and I think you have to honor guys that have had significant careers, and he had one. At a time, he could have been considered one of the three best big backs in the history of this game. That, to me, makes him a Hall of Famer, even though the yards per game is not where you would want it to be for a Hall of Fame running back. As for Kevin Greene, he was primarily a pass rusher, and he was a great one at that. Is he a Hall of Fame pass rusher? I think you can make the argument, but I don't think you can make that argument this year. It's a weak class, so I think that's why Bettis is going to finally get in.
All right, from Twitter, I hope it happens for Bettis. I seriously doubt Kevin Greene gets in. Wouldn't be surprised if Bus falls short again. Thanks, Gino fan. Mark, will the Bus get in or not?
Well, first off, neither one deserves to get in. Jerome Bettis has a yards per carry under 4. There's only one other back in the NFL in the Hall of Fame with that average under 4, John Riggins. He was a fullback. Jerome doesn't deserve it. Greene was a one-trick pony. He doesn't deserve it. It's the Hall very good if those two get in. But we should realize how these guys get in. The electors get in a room and debate, and Ed Bouchette of the Post-Gazette, I love Ed, but he campaigns for Steelers. He's the Steelers Hall of Fame PR guy. So are you picking guys based on numbers and accomplishments, or is it more like running for junior high class president? I think the latter, and it's just another reason why no Hall of Fame should be taken seriously.
Stag.
I actually think that if you want to take your kids and have a really nice time, if you visit the One Trick Pony Hall of Fame, Kevin Greene is in there. It's pretty impressive. If getting elected to the Hall of Fame is based on your popularity with the media, Kevin Greene, I have some very
bad news.
Yes, for Mr. Kevin Greene, because he ain't getting in if it's up to the popularity with the media, and he is a one-trick pony. I don't think he should get in. I actually do believe that Jerome Bettis should get in, and I think comparing him with Riggins is good because both guys, their yards per carry suffer because they were constantly given the ball. You score a 1-yard touchdown, you get carried for a 1-yard gain.
Go ahead.
No, I believe that. And if you're going to have a list of the 10 running backs with the most yardage in the history of the game, and you're number 5 or 6 or whatever Bettis is, to me that's enough. You should be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, that goal line stuff, Staggy, it's one of the few times you've gone off the deep end on this program because you act like Jim Brown never got the ball on 4th and short, like Walter Payton never got the ball on 4th and short. Any team's number 1 back gets the ball on 4th and short and at the goal line.
I will say this, though, guys.
Quickly, Rob.
Jerome Bettis' yards per game was over 4 until the final 2 years when he came back to the Steelers to be primarily a reserve so that he could try to win a championship. So that should be in the conversation when they're in that room.
And I also I saw him play, and I saw what he meant to the team for a lot of years, and he was one of the top 3 backs in the league for a long time.
All right.
If he played for the Browns, we'd all be saying no way.
The NHL All-Star Game and the Pro Bowls both held tonight. Are they still relevant in any way, shape, or form? Is it time for those All-Star Games to go away, Stag?
Actually, what I think they should do is they should have the NHL All-Stars play the NBA All-Stars in a game, and then they should have the Pro Bowl play softball against the Major League Baseball All-Stars. Then you might get somebody to watch. I didn't even know that was the Pro Bowl on today. I thought I knew the NHL.
Tonight.
I wouldn't watch it if I were in solitary confinement and I had been there for 3 years and they said, look, we'll let you out for an hour and what you're going to do, though, you have to stay in a room with a TV with the NHL All-Star Game is on. I would say, you know what? I'll stay here in solitary confinement. The All-Star Game has been it's obsolete for, I don't know, at least 10 years. Just get rid of them.
All right, more from Twitter. These games are mainly for the young fans. If you don't like it, don't watch. Simple. Big bucks for host cities, too, from Pittsburgh Sports Nation. Rob, should the games go away?
You know, I just got back from Columbus, and I got to tell you, I don't love covering these things, but the fans do love it. There's a lot of young kids up there. I think that's good for the sport to have young kids engaged for a weekend. I do think they need to revamp it. But let me just say this, and let me be clear about this. If the NHL or the NFL or whoever is going to continue with this, they have to come to grips with the idea that they're going to have to mandate players that are selected going unless their injury prevents them from walking or moving, because people deserve to see those type of players if they're going to be there. In this case, I'm talking Sidney Crosby, whether it be Kobe Bryant, whoever, in any sport, the best player should go. The NFL Pro Bowl is a joke because they're down to like their 12th string quarterback, and fans deserve to see who the best players are, even if they can only go up there and shake a few hands.
Mark?
First off, Sidney Crosby does enough for the league, because that's who we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby does enough for the league. There's no point in him going there to wave to the fans and shake hands, especially to see a game. And Rob, let me ask you this. You went to Columbus. You didn't stay for the game, did you?
Well, I had TV to do, Mark. You were more important to me than Columbus.
The bottom line is that was a hockey game without checking, fighting, and slap shots, which means it wasn't a hockey game. And I'm anti-fighting, but if it's in the game, it should be in that game. If checking's important, it should be in that game. Slap shots, I mean, what is this, 50 and over men's league? The game's a joke. Dump it.
All right, let's stay with the Penguins for tonight's fourth topic. Penguins sit in fifth place in the East at the All-Star break. Do they have what it takes to win the East? If not, what moves do they need to make? Mark, they're going to play again Tuesday with Winnipeg. Do they have what it takes?
They don't have what it takes to beat Winnipeg. No Crosby, no Malkin, no Hornquist, no Como, probably no Letang. I honestly don't know if the Penguins have what it takes to win in the East or to even win a playoff run. We've never seen them with their whole team together. It's like Consol Energy Center was built on a sacred burial ground, and there's a curse on this team. So I honestly don't know. I think with everybody healthy, which seems like a far-fetched proposition to be sure, but with everybody healthy, yeah, why not? The East ain't great, although the Metro Division is better than I thought it would be. So if the Penguins are to get out of the East, they're going to have to win 3 tough series.
Stag.
You know, before the season started, I was interested to see how the fans were going to react. The fans who poo-pooed the Penguins' ability to run away with the division or with the conference, and that was dismissed. And people said it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is will they do well in the playoffs. And we were all supposed to watch to see if this team was well constructed for a playoff run. Well, we don't know that now, as Mark pointed out. The team's been just completely blown up with injuries, so we don't know that. But it's also interesting that many of the people who tell you that it doesn't matter what place you're in November, December, January are now panic-stricken because they're in fifth place.
All
so
right,
make up your mind.
Let's go to Twitter. Only getting playoffs matters. Position doesn't. I have faith in my guys. All right, Rob, do you have faith quickly?
I don't, because I just think this is a year that they're not built for it. And they've had so many injuries. Albie, they would need a defenseman. They would need another top 6 winger. They may need to bolster their depth. And by the way, Mark, the new arena was built on a hospital, so this is kind of apropos.
All right, when we come back, everybody gets the final word, plus Super Bowl prediction. Stay with us on the Subway Final Word.